Hello guys and welcome back. So now from this video onwards we will start creating the inventory AI. So for that select the game window right here, then in the hierarchy let's create a UI canvas and we will name this canvas as weapon menu. Then in here we will create a UI panel by the name of background. Then we will change the source image for this background panel. So in the GUI parts we will add this 2D sprite as the source image, so drag and drop that in there and then make it fully visible like this. And as you can see, the player health, the minimap is showing on top of it, but we will be deactivating these two UIs whenever the weapons menu, or you can say inventory, is on. Okay, but for now leave this as it is. Click on this scene view, then change into 2D mode and double click on this weapon menu, and as you can see this is the whole menu. Turn on the gizmos and now let's go ahead and add the weapons one by one to the menu. But for that let's first of all deactivate the player UI and the minimap canvas for now, okay, so that we can focus on our inventory right here. Inside this background create an empty game object by the name of weapons list. Then inside this weapons list create another empty game object by the name of heading 1. This heading 1 will be on the top center, so make sure that you change the React transform to top center while pressing the Alt button like this, and then let's move this up right here as well. Make the position Y value as 208 or just 200 like that, and then inside this heading 1 create a UI image by the name of PG or background, and in the source image of it drag and drop this name bar 3. Make the width of it as 310 and the height will be 60. Then after this inside the heading 1 create another UI image by the name of PG on top or background on top, and in the source image of it drag and drop this name bar 2. Make the width of it as 300 and the height will be 50. So as you can see like this we have a beautiful heading right there. Okay, now we need to type something inside this heading, so for that we will create a UI legacy text, name this as heading, make the width of it as 300 and the height will be 50, and in the text we will type weapons, change the font size to 40, and in the alignment select this middle alignment in both of these, and then change the color of it to fully white. But also right here we need a font similar to the Assassin's Creed game, so for that if you visit this fonts for free.net right here, you can search for Assassin's Creed in here, okay, and then click on search and you will find this font. I will also provide the download link in the resources, so go ahead and download it as well if you want to do it from the resource. But if you want to do it from the website, then this is the website, go ahead and visit it, search for this font. This is the font name and the developer name, then just simply click on download and it will download this font. So I have already downloaded it inside this fonts folder. You will also find this fonts folder, so go ahead and download it, and after downloading it in the assets folder, okay, the main assets folder, we will paste it. So I will click on this show in explorer. This is the assets folder. What I will do is to simply copy it from there and paste it in here. That is it. Then if we click on Unity right here we have this font by the name of Assassin. So if we click on the heading, then drag and drop this font in there, and as you can see the font style is now changed. You can use any other font if you want as well. So now we have the heading 1, Now after the heading, now we want to add the options for all of the 4 weapons and also the health and energy bottle. So let's start from the weapons. Right here we will create an image inside this weapons list, and let's name this image as weapon 1. And what we will do with this weapon 1 is to move it to the top left, okay, while holding down the alt button. Change the transform of it to top left, then make the position X as -406 and the position Y will be 56. Then let's change the width of it to 200 and the height will be 200 as well. These values might be different for you, so you can just simply click on this move tool and move your image like this, okay. So anyways, now let's provide the source image to this weapon 1, okay. We will be needing a frame for it, so in the GUI parts we have this mini frame 1, so click on weapon 1 and drag and drop this mini frame 1 in there. So as you can see, this will be a frame for our first weapon. So as you know that we don't have the sprites for the weapons. If we see the sprites folder right here, we just have the crosshair. So click on show in Explorer and now we will add the sprites for the weapons as well and for the health and energy bottle. So for that, go ahead and download this sprites folder in which you will find these sprites. And let me tell you that these 4 sprites is from the Flat Icons website, so you can download them from there as well. I have shown you the website in the previous videos as well, okay. So this is from the same website. Now what we will do is we want these sprites inside our sprites folder. So as you know that we have already opened it up, so just paste it inside the sprites folder. Then if we open up Unity, this is the sprites. Now let's select all of them and change their texture type to sprite 2D and UI and make the sprite mode as single. Click apply. Okay, then if we click on this weapon 1, inside this weapon 1 create a UI legacy, actually create a image, a simple image, okay, not a legacy image, and we will leave the name of it as it is. And as you know, the first weapon is the sword, so we will drag and drop this sword sprite in there. Then we want this sword image to cover this whole frame, okay. So for that, if we click on this react transform of the image and hold down the alt button and then select this stretch from all sides, so as you can see it is now stretched on all of the sides, and as you can see it looks beautiful like that, okay. So since we have added the first weapon, now let's add the other one. So just simply duplicate the first one, change the name of this to weapon 2, and as you know the weapon 2 is the rifle, so drag and drop the rifle image, and as you can see it is stretched now as well. We just need to change the position of it to somewhere right here. So in order to move it, let's make the position X of this weapon 2 as -109 and everything else will be the same, okay. Then let's duplicate this weapon 2 and change its name to weapon 3. The weapon 3 is the bazooka, so in the weapon 3 image drag and drop the bazooka image like that, okay. Then click on weapon 3 and we want to move this weapon 3 to here, so I will just simply change the values right here. The position X value for the weapon 3 will be 188, okay. Then duplicate this weapon 3, change the name of it to weapon 4. Then the weapon 4 is the grenade, so drag and drop the grenade, and as you know the grenade color is red, so you can change the color of the grenade to red like this if you want, okay. And then click on weapon 4, and guys, make sure that this weapon 4 is not opened like this, okay. Make sure to close the weapon 4, then select the weapon 4 and change the position X to 490, and that will be it. Then if we close this weapon list, okay, and select the whole weapon list let's move them a little bit to this side. So now as you can see, the space between the sides and the weapon list is now similar. Okay, so you can also move the weapons, like select the weapon and move it like that. Okay, so now as you can see, all of the weapons is added. Now after the weapons, we need to add the energy and health bottle as well. So for that, what we will do, we will duplicate this heading 1 and change the name of this heading 1 to heading 2, and we will move this heading 2 down below. So let's make the position Y of this as 175, or change it to 140 so that it is aligned with this line. Okay, as you can see right here. So when you do that, then after the heading, we need to rename the heading as well. So if you click on this heading right here, let's type rations right here, since it will contain the health rations. Okay, then we want to show the images of the bottles right here. Okay, so for that, inside the weapons list, let's create an image by the name of slot 1. We want to move this slot 1 right here, so we can move it like this. Then we need to add an image to this slot 1, and the image will be this round frame. So drag and drop this round frame in the source image like that. Okay, and move this right here and then a little bit down below. Okay, and then inside this slot 1, we will create a UI image, and we will leave the name of it as image, and then we will add the health image in here. So drag and drop the red bottle in there, and as you can see, it looks good in it. Let me stretch it out like that. Okay, now after this slot 1, let's duplicate the slot 1 and change the name of it to slot 2, and we need to move this slot 2 right here, for example, and in the slot 2, change the image to this bottle. Then select the slot 1 and move it in here. Okay, make sure that this image is in position with this line. Okay, and then let's select the slot 1 image and let's move it down like that. That is it. So as you can see, this will be our whole inventory. Now the next thing which we want to add is the numbers. Okay, that how many grenades we have. So we will show that number right here on top of the grenade, so that the player know that how many grenades is left, and we will do the same for the health and energy as well. So if we open up the weapons list, let's expand the weapon 4, and inside this weapon 4, we will create a UI image. Let's name this image as stock. So basically this will show the stocks of the grenade and the health and energy. Okay, and what we want to do with this is, in the source image, we will drag and drop this button 3 and then make the width of it as 50 and the height will be 50 as well, and we want to show it at the top. So let's move it right here, make sure that it is in position with this outer line of this frame. Okay, and then move it right here and make sure that it is in line with this upper frame. Okay, so we will show this like this. Okay, then inside the stock, we will add a UI legacy text. Okay, this will be in the middle center. The width of it and the height of it will be the default. Right here, change the text to 0, change the font size to 20, and right here select the assassin font, okay, and move this to the middle and change the color of this to fully white. Okay, so it will show the grenade stock like that. Okay, so if the player has 5 grenades, it will show 5 like that. Okay, according to the number of grenades the player has. Okay, so now we want to do the same for the health and the energy. So what we're gonna do is duplicate this stock and drag and drop this inside this slot 1. So drag and drop it inside this slot 1, and then duplicate it again and drag and drop it inside the slot 2. Then select the slot 1 stock, and if you notice it, it is showing it right there. Okay, we want to show this right here. So what we will do, we will select the React transform of it, press down the Alt button and select this top left, and as you can see, it is now showing it right there. Okay, but we need to resize this, so we will make this as 30/30. Okay, and let's show it right here. Okay, then actually delete the stock of this slot 2 and duplicate this first one, drag and drop it again, and simply select the React transform of it, press the Alt button and again select the top left, and now as you can see, it is showing it right there instead of here. Okay, and also let's remove the 1 and 2 keyword from the stock. Okay, so now it is showing the stock, or you can say the number of grenades, health and energy as well. This will be our whole inventory. Now in the next video we will make this inventory workable, okay, so that the player can choose between these weapons, and it will also show the weapons which the player pick. Okay, so this will be a fully functional inventory. So now with the UI done, let's end this video right here.